Let's say you're at your due date and you're starting to think, you know, I'm going to be going into labor soon. The reality is most first-time moms will go a few days past their due date, and that this is very, very normal. Only a teeny tiny % of moms give birth actually on their due date. So as you crest past your due date, really important to not panic. You're going to go into labor at some point in the next 2 or 3 days, and sometimes it's really useful in terms of your own psychology, just add a few days in your head to your due date so that you're not panicking and feeling like, okay, now it's imminent. So let's say you're 2 or 3 or 4 or even 5 days past your due date and you think you're going into labor. What are the signs of labor? All right, so first and foremost, oftentimes when I ask this question, you know, what are the signs of labor? Everybody raises their hands and says contractions. All right, and then the $100 question becomes, what do contractions feel like? Well, that's basically like asking somebody, what does a sneeze feel like, or what does their orgasm feel like? You know, until you've had one, you're probably not going to know. So contractions often start with what feels like menstrual cramps. If you've never had any, good for you. Now, menstrual cramps are often sort of the preliminary sign that these may be some contractions starting. And what they turn into are cramps that come just for 15 or 30 seconds and then fade away. And the difference between pain that might be a warning sign and pain that is a normal contraction pain, it starts often as a gradual cramp and it comes and goes. It is not constant. This is a really important factor to hold on to, that it might hurt for 30 seconds and then you feel perfectly fine for 10 minutes. And then it might hurt for 30 seconds and you feel perfectly fine for 10 minutes in the very early stages of labor. Along the lines of signs of labor, oftentimes if a contraction starts with what feels like a cramp, if you get menstrual cramps and backache and pressure behind the pubic bone, these 3 signs together are often labor starting. Very important to differentiate that it can be normal at the end of pregnancy to have a day where you feel kind of crampy, to have a day where you feel like you're getting a lot of backache, to have a day where you feel like you're getting a lot of pressure. But when you start getting these 3 signs in conjunction, this is often a sign of something bigger. All right, so these 3 signs together.